So, Fat Man,
So sleazy.
is it a good day in it to review a British pet of view?
I don't know what your accent was supposed to be there. It went from American to kind of British to the non-surprising Asian. So
Well, let's talk more
yeah.
about that on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
Mr. Fatman.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today, we have a very, very special guest on location. The greatest member of Three Count, Tank Abbott, is with us today.
Yes! I thought you were gonna forget.
Absolutely
Yes!
not. If you guys haven't watched our New Blood Rising watch along, check that out. That was a couple of weeks ago that we put that out there, but obviously it was a reference to that. Chip Willard is with us here today on location. We can't hear Chip, but Chip is with us. He's going through the horrendous hills that is
The land of a thousand marks.
Yeah, absolutely. We lost Chip. That's not a surprise. He is trying to get home from work as much quickly as possible. So we'll leave him as that. We're talking about Money in the Bank. This is probably the quickest we've ever done from pay-per-view to review that I think we've ever done. Less than like 36 hours, which is weird.
Yeah, that's going to change here because Slammiversary is on a Sunday this year. So,
oh boy,
we may have a Chips will not join us again anymore.
Oh, he's not gonna try again.
No.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there. But we will get his thoughts, and if possible, we'll put him on the website at thewrestlingshow.com. So check that out. Obviously, we've got all sorts of different content there, and we'll talk about that later. So let's get right into it. Money in the Bank. What you think about that?
I think it. Holy shit!
Sorry, I hope somebody got that reference out there. I'll buy you a drink.
Step on a Lego. Yeah, we'll get right into it. Did you watch the pre-show?
No, hell no.
I did. There was literally nothing on it. So,
shocker.
The show opens with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ricochet versus some Asian versus a guy I worked with and Sleazy didn't versus Logan Paul versus Santos Escobar versus Butch versus Damian Priest. 20 minutes and 25 seconds. John Kent gave this 4 1/4.
Okay, spoiler, I have notes. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, it shocked me too. It shocked me too. Sleazy's trying so hard to get into the Hall of Fame this year.
Oh, I'll never make it. Make it.
He did the knots.
I'm going to be the Randy Savage of the WWE the Wrestling Show Hall of Fame. Men's Money in the Bank. One of the biggest things I found was, why do you keep saving people? Multiple times during the match, people were stopping moves from happening. It's every man for himself. Let it happen.
I was watching with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. This is him putting over the fact he's got a girlfriend now, by the way.
now. Shit. But and I literally said that. Why are you stopping him?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my only gripes from the match is why are you stopping them?
Yeah, and there are a bunch of spots that I loved. Ricochet diving through the ladder was amazing. The springboard 450 was absolutely sick. To get that much height, to be able to hit somebody on the ladder from 8 to 10
people on the ladder,
right, from 10 feet away above the middle rope, unbelievable. The table spot was fucking sick. Once again, Ricochet.
I thought Logan Paul died.
I thought so too.
I thought he died. Like, I think they were trying to go for a Spanish fly, but I thought that they were supposed to hit the top rope smoothly and then go for a Spanish fly.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't hit the top rope smoothly. Then they got caught up in the bottom ropes, and then Ricochet just went, fuck it! And it just
muscled him over. And he almost got around. It was like 90% around.
Do you see Logan Paul's shoulder?
Yeah, they did a quick cutaway to it. I'm like, oh God, Jesus.
I thought he broke his neck, to be honest.
Me too. And that's not the only time where I thought somebody broke their neck on the show. Big FU to Cole for reminding me of Knox's loss at WrestleMania. I think they knew that LA Knight was going to be over as fuck during this match. So they did a really good job of working around that, which other times they would just like plow through and do whatever the fuck they were going to do. They did a great job of everyone kind of like working around the fact that he was going to be over as fuck, especially when now that we saw Damian Priest is now senior Money in the Bank. So
who called it?
You did, actually. You absolutely did. 100%. I gave it 3 3/4 stars. The biggest thing that I said was, like I said, the people saving each other for no reason. There was some spots where it was like, I'm not so sure that was a smart thing to do.
I agree with Ken. 4 1/4. It's a typical men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Crazy spots. Logan Paul almost dying. Didn't like people saving because, question mark. But I thought, even though I did predict it, I did think the right kid did die. I love the ending where they teased LA Knight and then Damian Priest came and won. So
yeah, they did a great job. Really great job. In terms of the actual storyline of the match, the execution of the match, it's still nearly a 4-star match for me.
Yep. Yo, Dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
Women's Tag Team Championships: Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. 9 minutes. Ken gave this an okay match for a house show.
I gave it 2 stars. The shocker of Shayna turning on Ronda was quite literally out of nowhere. It couldn't have been any more out of nowhere if it was an RKO. I think that they didn't telegraph it at all, which is honestly, I thought it made it better that they did it that way. If you really, really paid attention to the match, you could see that Shayna was getting pissed at the fact that Ronda kept tagging herself in. So that when the last one happened, that's why she attacked her. So I kind of get that, but they spent the vast majority of the match beating the shit out of Liv and Raquel. So it looked really one-sided up to that point. Funny thing about this match, up to 3 days before the actual show, Liv and Raquel were 100-1 underdogs to win the match and the titles. So if somebody put $100 on the match, they would have had $10,000 if they had went with the bet at that time.
The betting man doing the betting. So in my notes, I put it's an okay match for a house show, but I am going to change my rating. I'm going to change it to you. I'm going to change 2 stars because they went from winning the tag team championships to unify the tag team championships to losing the tag team champions in 5 weeks. What was the point? I don't. It came out of nowhere because no one predicted because I think they just wanted a SummerSlam match between the two, and that's it. I don't like it at all.
Well,
So,
don't forget that the reason why Raquel and Liv lost the titles in the first place was Liv was injured.
right, no, and I get that, but I'm just saying the turn was just.
I think they were going to do the turn anyway. The difference was that they had the titles going into the match rather than them vying for the titles and getting fucked up. I think the plan was always Shayna versus Rousey at SummerSlam. The way this is looking, obviously hindsight's always 2020 with this kind of stuff. But I think the plan was always Shayna Rousey since Crown Jewel. So
The plan was always, yep. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought, I'm gonna get. I just think it was rushed. It was rushed. Intercontinental Championship. Lata defends against Matt Riddle. 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Kent gave this 3 stars. I gave it 3.25. It was a good match. Kind of disappointing because it's fucking Walter and Matt Riddle. But it was great psychology with the ankle. And oh my God, they did a move on the ankle. He worked the ankle the whole match, and a move on the ankle won the match. Weird how that works. But yeah, like I liked it. I just was hoping for a longer, better match.
I thought it was perfectly done. I thought it was 3.75 stars.
You overrating piece of shit.
For literally the same reasons you rated it 3.25 stars. But I thought it was a great 7-minute match. It was a great way to put over the fact that Riddle was injured and Gunther capitalized on it. I mean, how much more perfect of a wrestling match can you work when the entire point is he's got a huge fucking bullseye on his ankle and he dissects it like a fucking surgeon. How can you fault anything that happened in the match? And he beat him quickly because Riddle was injured,
Again, I thought it was good. My expectations were so high for this match. I wasn't expecting a quick squash match, essentially. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think had they not done the injury angle, it would have been put together differently. But they went the way they should have went based upon the storyline. And now that we have, spoiler, Drew McIntyre's back. What?
It's the Triple H wins.
No, spoiler that Drew's back and
so
he's
we have
vying for it.
You have your kind of title match set up for SummerSlam. So
right. So once again, hindsight being 2020, the future of that was never in doubt.
No. Cody Rhodes versus Eddie's son. 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Ken gave this the Mike Sanders. 2.75. Yeah, I 3 ? Good. I think it was a Raw match on a pay-per-view is what it was. That's exactly how I could describe it. Like, I thought Dom was actually going to win by some fucktardery, but Cody won clean. So, I mean, I guess you kind of have to. I mean, you can't have Cody lose by fucktardery. I mean, you could, but I think.
I mean, yeah.
But no, I mean it. Yeah.
My prediction was that he was going to lose by fucktardery, so I can't say much there. I actually agree with you with the rating, 3 stars. Honestly, Cody gave him a shit ton of offense over the entire match. I thought that if they weren't going to do some, Lesnar coming out and beat the shit out of him and Dom takes advantage, then this was the perfect way to do it. I mean, nice quick match, got Dom over a little bit, got Rhea over a little bit. It's very clear that, spoiler, we've got, the Judgment Day starting to break up. So to kind of parade those two out on their own is going to be nice enough as it is. But Cody actually desperately needed a win here too. That was the other thing, is that he's been constantly racking up, anytime he's on pay-per-view, he's lost in the last, 5 pay-per-view matches, 4 pay-per-view matches.
No, he beat Lesnar
Okay. Yeah.
at Backlash.
Barely. Let's just put it that way. Barely.
All right. And then. Da, 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 da.
Okay. How surprised were you to see him there?
Super surprised.
Me too. I did not expect it at all.
I didn't expect it either. And again, turned to the girlfriend and said, he's going to announce WrestleMania 41 in London. That's why he's there. And then he's mentioned something about how they deserve a WrestleMania. So it may not be 41, but I mean, I pretty much called the promo right down to even somebody coming out to interrupting him. I was like, WrestleMania, someone coming out to interrupt him, AA. I mean,
send the crowd home happy.
Yeah. So, but
so what are your thoughts about WrestleMania in the United Kingdom? I assume it's going to be in Wembley, and that's kind of why they.
Okay. One, I've been calling this for 10 years. That, have it start at 3:00, 2:00, 3:00 in the U.S. like they did for Money in the Bank, and have it like they always do. Like, it's on the WWE network, so it's not going to change your buys. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with it. For the people who say, oh, the only reason WWE did that is because AEW sold out Wembley. Didn't WWE announce Money in the Bank in London, and then 2 weeks later, Tony Khan announced All In London? If you want to go that route, I mean, I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not like WWE's running the O2 the same night as AEW's running Wembley. Wembley's not going to happen for WrestleMania in London. Isn't going to happen for at least 18 months. More than that. Because 20 something months. No.
Yeah.
14 months. Whatever. I can't math, but you know what I mean. It's not going to be until 2025 at the earliest.
Right.
And then Triple H in the press conference says, well, there's some logistical nightmares for it, but we really want it to happen. But I'm like,
you just proved that you could do it with Money in the Bank, because they consider that a major pay-per-view, not just a throwaway premium live event.
To me, it's the third biggest show of the year.
Right.
Mania, Rumble, Money in the Bank.
And they are absolutely treating it as such nowadays.
Yeah.
So the only thing bigger right now is, well, they treat it. I mean, WrestleMania, Rumble, SummerSlam, and then Money in the Bank, I think. Only because they're starting to put SummerSlam in stadiums now. So you got Rumbles in, well, admittedly baseball stadiums, but stadiums nonetheless. And then you've got stadium shows for SummerSlam. So this is probably the biggest event that they do that's not in a stadium yet. So I'm all for it.
Money in the Bank in a stadium last year, but couldn't get it. So
couldn't get it done. So here's the follow-up question to this. Would you go to WrestleMania in UK?
Nope.
Why not?
I'll have to get a passport. It's not like logistics. Not like I wouldn't want to go. Mm-hmm. It's can I afford to go?
Yeah.
Like that's
flying into Heathrow is a nightmare. And super
I've done
expensive.
It before. Well,
yeah.
It was also 20 years ago that I did it.
Yeah, things are a little bit different now, to say the least. A whole little minor issue happened, about...
No, that was after.
No, it was after, wasn't it? Because that
Was
was
after.
senior trip, right? So
Yeah.
2004,
2003.
Okay, so it
Yeah.
was just after. Okay, so prices have gone up, but the
Actually,
security
20
hasn't.
years ago today is when I flew out, to be honest.
No shit.
20 years ago
Wow.
today is when I flew out. So, yeah, we drove to Toronto, flew to Montreal. I don't know why we just didn't drive to Montreal, but okay. And then flew into London, then flew into Paris. And then we did it reverse. Paris, London, Montreal, Toronto.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Mid-Lakes High School. Yay! So smart. But no, like back on topic. Logistics is what it really is. Comes down to. So
yeah, logistics, finances.
and I think that's why Triple H saying it's a night. It might be a nightmare to do. But
Yeah, to get
I
all
think,
the talent there and stuff and production. Yeah.
Trying to set up a set, a week in advance, and their weather isn't that great. It could be like July, and it could be raining as hell, and you just don't know. Hell,
Here's
even
my
the
thought.
freaking the Open Championships held in July, and it could either be pouring rain at 60 degrees, or it could be 90 degrees and sunny. You just never know.
Yeah.
And that's from day to day.
It is. That's absolutely true. My thought is this: I probably would go if it was 2026, but there's a big caveat to that. So, some of our fans, our multitude of fan, know that my sister-in-law currently lives in Germany. So, if she's still there at that point, it might be worth going to Germany first and going up to London for a few days to do this. So it would be part of a larger trip.
Way larger trip.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like we're going to WrestleMania and that would be it. No, it would be way more than that. But that's a huge if, and like I said, almost certainly not 2025. 2026 would even be a maybe. So we'll see how that goes.
Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Selena. Becky Lynch, Zoe Starks, Bailey, some Asian, and Trish. Trish. 18 minutes and 5 seconds. John Kent gave this 4 stars. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast, even though this is a ladder match.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Two things, multiple things. I want to point out. Two multiple things. Number one, having Samantha Irwin announce Bailey as part of Judgment Day was hilarious.
Yep.
I thought that overall, everybody worked well together except one person, Trish Stratus. I was not a huge fan of Trish in the match. There are a couple of times where she just felt out of place. In some cases, she was just, once again, just out of her element. And that's weird saying that about a WWE Hall of Famer and somebody who's been doing this for a long time.
It was her first match, and I agree. She felt out of place in that match.
Io's moonsault from the top of the ladder into people inside the ring was fucking sick. Remember how I had referenced earlier about necks? The code red that Zelina did on Zoe Starks, if you see how she lands onto the ladder, she gets her head caught in the bottom 2 rungs of the ladder, and I thought it was going to snap her neck. It's that close. If the ladder didn't fall down as it did, I think she would have been in big trouble.
Yeah.
The finish was unique. Loved the fact that Bailey started it, but Io finished it in that respect. And of course, as people know, I was at Excite Pro Wrestling, their last show in the Oakdale Mall, as this was happening. And I felt out of nowhere, came. I just came into my pants. I didn't know what happened. I was just like, oh. And then apparently right at that moment is when EO unhooked the belt or unhooked the case. So I gave this 3.5 stars mainly because of Trish.
I gave it the Mike Sanders.
Wow.
The first half of this match was a fucking mess. It was absolute garbage. There was botches everywhere. Nobody knew what the hell they were going to do, it seemed like, in this match. And then it picked up, and finally they actually got going, and everyone got on the same page, it felt like. Well, the first half of this match, it just seemed like 6 indie workers trying to have a ladder match in their third match. That's what it felt like to me.
Wow.
I do think the right kid died. It furthers the damage control breakup storyline. I thought Trish was going to win because of Zoe Starks, but the right kid died.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Because fuck you.
World heavyweight title match.
Seth Rollins defends against Finn Balor. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Can't give this 3.5. I gave it 3 3/4. I thought it was a great match. I don't like the finish. I don't like pretty much Rollins getting distracted by Priest, even though Priest did absolutely nothing. Just come down. And then all of a sudden Balor's about ready to win the title, and then Priest stands up. And Balor's like, what the hell are you doing? And I don't know. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I thought it went against everything from what Judgment Day was for. I know Priest won Money in the Bank and he wants to win the title, but I mean, wouldn't it be best for Judgment Day if Balor was a champ and Priest was the Money in the Bank winner? They kind of locked that down.
They could all fight, beat up Roman Reigns and take the other title. They could have done that. I mean,
but but I don't know. I didn't like. I don't like where it's going. I think if they're gonna tease a breakup, I don't like it. Now, it's been that way for a little over a year.
Yeah.
I just think I don't know why they're doing it to push Priest as a single star. I get it. I understand the booking. I personally just don't like it.
I don't like how they're going about it. I agree with that. For me, I actually gave it 3.5 stars. Rollins' song is over. I mean,
no,
it was eerily great with him just standing there and just listening to them just take it out. And then the bell rang. I think you said it best with the Cody Rhodes match. This was a Raw match.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It was a good match. It wasn't bad, but it was marred by a finish that didn't make sense. And Yo Dog, I heard you like breaking up factions this show. You got Ronda and Baszler breaking up. You've got the Bloodline Civil War, which we're about to talk about. We've teased breakups of the Judgment Day. We've teased breakups of Damage Control. What the fuck, guys? You guys can't play nice together anymore?
Nope. Must be something in the water over there.
Yeah. A fucking river.
Yo, Dog, I heard you like tag team matches. Roman Reigns is supposed to go up versus the Usos. 32 minutes and 10 seconds. John Canton gave this 4 stars.
I agree with Canton.
Well,
I'm
that
gonna
makes three of us.
okay. Would you believe that if the Bloodline storyline wasn't as good as it was, this would be an okay match for a house show?
The first half of this match was just like the first half of the Night Champions match.
Mm-hmm.
Very house showy.
Mm-hmm. It felt like that they didn't know. I didn't know how to deal with the match because they wanted to tell a story that wasn't. They didn't need 30 minutes to tell the story, so they had to fill it a lot. Does that make any sense at all?
No, yeah, I agree. 30 minutes was too long. Trim this down. Cut 10 minutes down out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have been. I think you would have been fine. I wasn't surprised the Usos won, and you're gonna give me shit for saying this. I absolutely hated Roman Reigns taking the pin. 100% hated it.
I'm not
Because here's the thing. Because whoever beats him for the title, it doesn't make it special anymore. He's lost. Yes, it was a tag team match, kind of a meaningless tag team match too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, him losing makes whoever beats him for the title. Yes, he's been champion for way over 3 years, over 1,000 days, modern era, fucking amazing. Yes, it's a huge deal. Someone finally beat him for the title, but wouldn't it have been better if someone finally beat him for the title while finally pinning him? Also, being the first to pin him. I know it's nitpicky, but to me, again, it's my opinion. My fucking name's on the show. Fuck all y'all. I hated it. Whoever should have pinned Roman should be the one to beat him for the title.
I will say this. I agree with you to a point. I don't think they made this special enough.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was,
even though that pop was huge.
mm-hmm.
Huge.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
When he pinned him. 100%. One of the biggest pop of the night, and I fucking hated it.
I think the problem for me wasn't the fact that he got pinned, was the fact that it didn't take much to get him pinned.
Right. Fucking Jey Uso is
on his own.
On his own is kicking out of 2 spears and a Samoan spike. Roman Reigns goes down to a big splash, a low blow and a big splash.
Right. Yeah.
How many fucking F5s did it take for him to fucking lose? Like the last 30 WrestleManias?
Right. It's strange that he took the pin in that way. If it was, that's part of the reason why I have such a problem with the match layout as a whole. You had 30 minutes to really put together a meaningful, I'm going to beat Roman Reigns to the point where he can't kick out. They didn't do their homework here. It felt like they didn't show their work. I think that if they did another 1D and then maybe did a couple other things and really put it on him that they were going to beat the fuck out of him and then pin him, then it makes the pinfall all that more, believable, A, and B, special. This just felt like they got lucky almost.
Okay, John Hamburg wrote, Roman took a low blow, 6 super kicks, and a frog splash for the pin. Yeah, I still don't buy it. I still don't buy it.
The thing is that, he took 6 super kicks, and didn't he take a 1D as well?
I think he took a 1D also.
Yeah, but the thing is that the difference between that and every match he's had with Lesnar, where he took a shit ton of finishers, even the most recent one where he had with Cody, how many fucking crossroads did he take?
a billion.
Right. And it didn't mean anything. And you didn't even pin him with a finisher. The finish is both of them doing the splash, not Jay, both. So it's very strange to actually do it. I understand why some people look at it and go, well, yeah, it's still a special moment. And it, from a storyline perspective, makes sense. You know,
Yes.
you've got main event Jey Uso, who spent 3 years fighting him, fighting alongside him, and then, you know, cashing out, so to speak, and becoming on his own again. But I think that at that point, then you have to sit there and say, well, it wasn't as special of a moment as it could have been. Maybe I don't know. And once again, this is
No,
my opinion.
no, I actually, we're agreeing a lot on the show. Where's Ryan? I need him on here.
Right?
Like, no, like, and I get John Harbaugh's point. Like, he did take a ton of damage, but again, going back, WWE, who has been worlds better than what they have been, also kind of thinks. He also says, as a Cody fan, I want Jay to dethrone Roman now and not Cody. Yeah. So, how much damage has Roman taken in title matches, and then again in a tag team match? And I will go ask the question to you: Is it because they're related that he kind of gave him a bone?
Are you actually going to sit here and say brother in a literal sense here?
Yes.
Uh, I here I wonder.
Okay, but okay. Before you answer that question, when John says he's a Cody fan and he wants Jay to dethrone him now,
Okay.
that's 100% what WWE wants you to think. 100%. So they did their job in excuse me, in making you believe Jay's a real threat, and obviously that's probably going to be your SummerSlam main event is Roman versus Jay.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And I'll show this on the stream as well here. Is that the only time he thought Roman was losing was after the Claymore by Drew. And I do believe that between that and Sammy, those were probably the two best.
WrestleMania with Cody 100%.
Cody as well.
I did not see Solo coming back and hitting with the spike.
Finishing the job.
Yeah. So but I think that was that. But no, I'm not saying that Roman was like, I'm not going to lose anyone unless it's, my relatives. I'm just saying, do you think he took less offense to lose because it is his relative to make him look better?
I wouldn't be surprised. Especially considering they've done such a good job with the storyline up to this point. What a better rub for Jay and Jimmy, for that matter, than to beat Roman in a situation where they didn't technically have to. What was the point if Jay or Jimmy won there? Nothing. What is the point if Roman or Solo wins? Nothing. It was a main event that had literally no stakes to it. The stakes were manufactured by the storyline. That's all.
Yeah, which is why Roman lost it for the storyline.
Right.
I see this going a weird way. I see Roman Jay SummerSlam. I see Roman winning, and there is rumors that Girls of Destiny are coming in and blah, blah, blah. And then I see the Usos going back. Okay, John said wrestling has a lot of nepotism. To be honest, Roman's probably advocating to lose the titles to Jay. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case.
Yes, there is a lot of nepotism. I mean,
yes,
the
100%.
fucking
But
there's half their
I'm
families
saying
in there.
you don't need Jay to win those titles to put him over, which was proof during the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, it's proof the
So
fact that the biggest pop of the night was Jay pitting Roman not for the titles
yeah,
because of a random tag match.
yeah.
And
Well, what I see is if Gorillas Dynasty, if the rumors are true, Gorillas Dynasty, stroke time. Gorillas of Destiny are coming in, and I see them helping win Roman. I can also see Jay saying, "You know what? Yes, I beat him, but Roman's always going to have backup for the title. I might as well join my family again than try to fight him." But you'll actually spin that. They're going to have the Usos are going to have a match with Gorillas of Destiny 100%. Then after that, they'll do the if you can't beat them, join them again type thing.
I disagree. I disagree. Here's what I think is going to happen: is Solo's going to be fed up with Roman. He will go to the Usos,
and then Gorillas,
and then Gorillas will join Roman. But and once again, this is all assuming this is huge rumor. Obviously, Gorillas of Destiny that are coming to WWE. That may be the case. That may not be the case. I don't know. Jacob Fatu's always been one of those guys that's been kind of hanging out in the sidelines where, he's
MLW.
Yeah, I believe he just re-signed with MLW too. So he's not coming in anytime soon. But he's another one of those, Fatu, Anoa'i family members that are just floating around in the ether that they could easily bring in and add to the story. That being said, I don't know who beats Roman at this point. I really don't.
Cody Rhodes.
Fatman.
Cody Rhodes. I mean, but here's the thing: it doesn't have to be Cody.
It doesn't
beat Roman, because Cody, his story is winning the WWE Championship. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't have to be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Roman to beat him.
Right.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah. So I don't
know. How do you take at this point? How do you take him off him? You have to do it while this huge Civil War thing is happening. But we've got what 8 months before WrestleMania.
You don't have to take him off him during this time.
Well, in terms of Roman's down, he's on the ropes. He's, his family's falling apart, so to speak. It's a perfect time to do it.
When Solo is fed up, Roman's alone, that's where you pull he's vulnerable for the first time in years. That's where you pull in the Gorillas of Destiny to come in during a title match. You know what I mean?
Who are these motherfuckers?
Yeah. So,
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't do the turn with him here, because didn't Solo debut in London?
Cardiff.
Cardiff, Wales. Close enough. All you little Brits up there. Somehow our UK viewership went down by a half.
Half a person? How's that possible? So overall thoughts on the show. I've read people saying this is the best WWE pay-per-view I've seen in years, and I'm like, did you guys watch WrestleMania?
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I mean, this is not better than WrestleMania. It was a really good show. WWE's been killing it with these premium live events this year, 100%. But this is nowhere near as good as WrestleMania. So,
well, did you see the finish, the replay of the finish to the Bloodline versus Roman and Solo? The replay, the beautiful match finish that was brought to you by Bud Light for all the alcoholic dads that love beating their kids when their favorites don't win. Slam a Bud Light and get the belt. Bud Light.
Actually, when Io won Money in the Bank, she was the Bud Light winner of the night. Which I'm surprised you didn't mention.
Also, yes. But I wanted to do it at the end because it was over and over and over. They had one sponsor and it was fucking Bud Light tonight. You know what I mean? They pushed it hard.
And they made a shit ton of money off it. So
100% agree. And you know me, I mean, the carniness of doing shit like that versus the alternative of not making money, I have to go with carny. But it, as a fan, it still irks me. But I will say this: it was a lot better than what they did at WrestleMania.
Yep,
100% a lot better. Fucking sponsorship assholes. If
I
I saw
think
Bud Light can walk around on the fucking ring, I'll be pissed.
I think they were still kind of tweaking some stuff.
Yeah,
but also it was WrestleMania, so
that's also true. Yeah, but this was annoying, but it was better than it was previously. And there's another thing I wanted to point out here, and I guess I didn't realize it. And this was something that I probably, if I thought about it for more than 5 minutes, I probably would have realized this. But it took me this long to figure this out. There's a lot of dead space on the premium line events now.
Yes, because there was a promo for Ronda Rousey before a Ronda Rousey match.
Yep.
There's a promo for somebody else before a match. You don't need those promos. This is not. Do it on a Raw. I've been saying
not
this
true.
for months.
No, that's not true.
That's not
you know why? There's a very specific reason why. And the person that would tell you why is not with us here because he has the regular version of Peacock. And when you see those promos, what everyone else is seeing when you don't have premium is ads. So they're actually building those promos in to make sure that there's ad space left for the regular Peacock Premium versus Peacock Premium Plus. Didn't realize that. Didn't even think about it.
Didn't think about it either.
The only reason why it came up in my mind is Michael Cole threw it to commercial and there was no commercial. I'm like, wait a second, why is he throwing it to commercial? And then I figured it out.
So you weren't watching it live. This happens to me when I don't watch live premium live events.
Right.
That's the same thing. If you're watching it live, you get those commercials. If you don't, they cut them out.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So the version you watch live is probably going to be longer than your version that you watch not live, and that's on the network now.
Right. And for people who still have Xfinity, one of the big benefits of having Xfinity, because Xfinity is owned by Comcast, is you got Peacock Plus Premium. Their tiers are weird. They got Peacock, then Peacock Premium, and then Peacock Premium Plus. Peacock Premium Plus is the $9.99 tier that gave you WWE Network as a part of it, and then they had an ad-supported tier for $4.99. They gave that to you for free as an Xfinity customer. Well, that changed literally the day before Money in the Bank. They cut everyone off on that, and they said, nope, we're not giving it away for free anymore. It's $2.99 a month for the first 12 months, and then you're paying like everyone else does, the $4.99 for that piece, and then whatever. So I had to re-up my subscription just before basically this morning because of this. That's when I watched it. But it's like, holy crap, you know? But yeah, so that was a mind freak a little bit for me. But yeah, overall, I thought the show was great. It had a high floor, but a low ceiling. Nothing was terrible, but nothing was, I got to come back and watch this show. And I kind of explained it to my wife. There were matches to compare the AEW show to this show. There are matches I want to go back and see on the AEW show that I would actively go back, seek, and watch. But that wasn't overall a better show than this one was. But there's nothing on this show I would want to watch again.
WWE Money in the Bank went a half hour shorter than Forbidden Door. There were 7 matches on Money in the Bank. 9 matches on Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
And there was Dead Space.
Yes, absolutely. And
so
for people who listen to us on the podcast feed, you guys probably figured out that we did a second watch along this past week because we had a little bit of audio troubles on the live cast. But if you want to listen to our full thoughts of Forbidden Door 2, go back and check us out on it's on YouTube, it's on Twitch for the next month or so, and it's also on our Facebook lives under the live tab or under the videos tab in Facebook at facebook.com/SleazyFatman. We'll continue on from here. We really don't need a break because it's just the two of us. So news and rumors, Joe. We haven't done them forever.
We haven't done them forever. This got a little bit. Did you see what Jericho did at the Forbidden Door media scrum?
No.
So he was cutting a promo on Sting because they're just trying to, further storylines. Mm-hmm. And Jericho had a bat in his hand being like, blah, 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 Sting, Sting. And then takes a bottle of water, turns to the media, throws the bottle up, hits the bottle, smashes some guy's face in with a water bottle. Not an empty one, a fucking full one.
I don't know how that feels.
Ha ha! But anyway, what are you doing?
Idiot.
I think he was just caught up in his promo that he just forgot. But still, why are you trying? After the whole CM Punk thing, why are you still doing these fucking... It's okay to have media scrums or press conferences. I get it. But why are you trying to further angles on them?
Because it is the New Japan way.
3 fucking TV shows a week.
Yeah, but it's the New Japan way.
Don't care.
You could... I know. I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying that's why they're doing it. I don't agree with it. You're absolutely right. They have 3 fucking TV shows now.
You have
come on,
3
guys.
TV shows. What are you doing? What the fuck?
And
are you
social
doing?
media and
Yes.
BTE
and ROH.
And nobody watches ROH.
Draws passed away at the age of 54. Yeah, it's just sad to hear that. He got paralyzed in the ring. I think it was complications from that, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's been rumors since there's been rumors since
Keeping
Backlash. Actually, no. There's been rumors since Backlash that Carlito may return. There's a rumored return date of July 7th, but I had so much. I looked up so much new. July 7th.
SmackDown. Okay.
Yes. I had so much. I looked through so much news and rumors that for Money in the Bank after the fact, and 90% of it was complete bullshit, that I just stopped and went, yeah, I don't think I want to read any more news and rumors right now. I got 2 more. Sergeant Slaughter says he doesn't want to watch SmackDown because of Lacey Evans.
What?
Because of her.
What the fuck does that mean?
Because she's a Marine who, hates people. I don't fucking know.
Okay, sure.
And then, because I have to, because I'm a fucking mark, Bailey, quote, has been begging Sasha.
We got all night, man.
To return to WWE every day. Bailey's admitted to sending texts to Mercedes. Okay. She said it in a fucking interview. Bailey has said it. I'm begging her to come back. She goes, I know you're under contract, you're a different company. I don't care. Please come back.
Good for
Not-
her. I mean,
yeah. By the way, no paper toss, but a notebook toss. This thing's full.
hey, very rare. Couple of quick things. Once again, our Fat Horseman t-shirts
Yay!
are out. We have 2 different sets. You can find them at thewrestlingshow.com/shop. There was something else that I wanted to put over. Obviously, we're here on Sunday nights. This is a permanent thing. We are going to be permanently on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. So check us out every week from now on.
So, like, if there's a live show, like I think Slammiversary is not the 13th. I'm sorry. What's 2 weeks from tonight? 16th, I think.
I think so, yeah.
We may do a live review of that. Maybe not a live watch along, but like a live review. Only because some of our streams are a little bit laggy at the moment. So
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
you
I'm
can
like-
get off of Impact's YouTube show, right?
Nope.
Or no, you
It's a
have to get
pay-per-view.
Impact Plus. Yeah.
No,
So it's an actual pay-per-view?
it's an actual pay-per-view. It's not on Impact Plus. It's not
Ooh.
on their YouTube. It's an actual pay-per-view.
Okay.
So we might do that, especially when, like, you know, you got like a Forbidden Door coming up on not coming up, but if you have a Forbidden Door on a Sunday, we may do our live reactions to that. So, which will be a little, you know, interesting. Therefore, you'll get our first ever live reactions of what we thought. And also WWE's doing shows on Saturdays now, so it looks like we'll be doing them a day after. So
Yeah. So that'll make it nice for everyone. Ryan will be here like every other week or so.
Yep.
Chip will make it when he can.
Chip's the fucking yeah. We moved to Sunday so people can, you know, be on the
show.
And this is what we did with the sports podcast. We moved to Sundays for more people to be on the show, and it's the same people. So now here is less people. So I don't know what's going on.
It made it better for me because then I don't have to work Tuesdays.
You think you're Triple H?
Well, yeah.
You think you are?
You said it, not me.
I will be sometime this week doing watch. I started the watch along notes for the 2008 Armageddon. I'm
excited for that one.
I got to actually watch the show. I'm having a hard time finding the gates for the 3 shows when I do stats. I found the gate for I think 2007, but I can't find the gate for 08 or 09. So yeah, but everything else is set, and I just have to watch the show to get the notes.
Well, at this point, I would tell Chip to put himself over, but because he's not here, fuck him. But I'll let you put over the rest, the Best Darn Sports.
Best Darn Sports Show period 2 is going to be on Tuesday nights. We stole our old spot. I think in the summer we're going to do every other week because it is just the best sport in the world. It is just baseball, but there's some news thrown in. But once like football and hockey and basketball start, we're going to go every week. But yeah, that's 8:00 on Facebook Live.
Cool. Fuck Ryan, but you can find him on TikTok at Ryan Buckgotch, r/wrestling show on Reddit. He's also on Reddit there too. Go and pick a fight with him. Tell him how awful WLC was. I am at TW.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong if, you know, you tell him how awful it was, but
fuck you. The best show or the best match.
See, you don't even know what it is.
Hang on.
Okay, here let's see how many qualifiers you can put on this. Here we go.
It was I only have to put one. It was the best match I've ever seen with midgets in it.
That's wrong. Max Mini wasn't in it, so you're 100% wrong there. So I mean,
no, I said it was the best match featuring minis.
I said Max Mini wasn't in it, therefore you are automatically wrong.
That's not true because you don't know if I've watched any Max Mini matches.
I'm just saying you're still wrong.
No, it's not. First of all, it's an opinion, number one. And number two, it's how many matches I've seen. You don't know how many matches
And you're
I've
still
seen.
wrong.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm at TWS Sleazy.
TWS Fatman.
We are SleazyFatman on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Please go on over there. Give us a like. Videos you can find at twitch.tv/SleazyFatman, youtube.com/SleazyFatman, premium videos at onlyfans.com/The Wrestling Show. As you can see, we do these shows live now. So that means you can chat with us. Go to those video locations as well as on Facebook Live. Chat with us during the show. We will respond, as you can see. You can find all sorts of content at thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch. Like I said, this week we'll almost certainly get Chip's reactions to Money in the Bank on the website. Also, I do want to put out something else because normally Ryan would do this. PWS scorecards. I don't actually have the results. I could probably look up the results really quickly. But Ryan is in the middle of actually doing some real cool stuff for the website based off of PWS scorecards. So if you want to join our PWS scorecards, email the Wrestling Show at questions@thewrestlingshow.com or Ryan Buck at thewrestlingshow.com, and he'll get you into it.
We'll be eventually putting our star ratings that we have on the show on the website. I'm going to go. I think I only got notes going back to last year or the beginning of this year. I'll have to take a look at my notebooks because I'm old and have notebooks. So, and then I'll throw them up on, the website, and so you actually get to see what over any piece of the shit Sleazy is.
Yeah. And how much of an idiot Fatman is.
I'm a pretty big idiot. But at least I'm on an over.
But we all are. I mean, yes. Yeah, that's also true.
At least I'm on an over piece of shit. I mean,
hashtag Asians, okay?
Yeah,
hashtag
I mean, hashtag Sasha's hotter. Hashtag doesn't matter. Hashtag house show. Hashtag, I'm the Hall of Famer. Hashtag you a bitch. Hashtag I think we're done.
Is that of the show, period? Is that it?
No, I think we're done with this show tonight. Hold on.
Yeah, you can get this podcast every Saturday morning, wherever you get your podcast, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. Don't hesitate to rate us. Don't hesitate to make sure it goes on automatic download.
Oh, hashtag I hope you step on a Lego. Come on. I hope you step on a fucking Lego.
It really does help us out. So with a... I'm trying to get through the end of this, and it's just never working. With a fuck you to Chip, who tried to get on here but failed. A fuck you to Ryan because he's got to work. And as always, for Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer, because we have not said that tonight. I mean, because his star ratings aren't out yet. He's going to underrate the shit out of this because, I mean... it's not AEW and no one's sucking his dick. So fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan, who allegedly does cocaine. Fuck Kenny Omega for no-selling literally everything. A hot dog's on a sandwich. A sub is on a sandwich. A burger is a sandwich. And what the hell are we doing next week?
I don't know.
You'll have to tune in to find out.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun.